Ladies and gentlemen, we have a guy here. It's a guy, an opponent. I consider him a real opponent. It's a guy on the field that if you're gonna get close to him, you better know your game. You better be ahead of the game, or you'll be severely tested. So I don't want to sell too much out. It's a pleasure to have this guy on, and I'll ask him to introduce himself and give his background.
Ian Hypolite, Rastikoyu, football administrator, community developer, and community animator. My background actually is in computer studies and business. That's my acumen. But in terms of football, coach, player, referee, mentor. My last real stint in football was General Secretary for St. Vincent and Grenadine Football Federation.
What I would like to know now is, did you play in St. Vincent?
Yeah, I came through a program. I played national ball from under 15, under 17, under 20, and I came to Canada.
Okay. You're one of the few guys I would have to ask you your position.
I'm a goalkeeper. You know my position. You could score me, goalkeeper.
Yeah, the public doesn't know that. And the point is, and the reason why I asked that position now, because I saw you playing out on Flemington Park. So did you stay to goalkeeping in the national program in St. Vincent?
I ended up being a goalkeeper because my brother was a goalkeeper. And when he left to go to university, automatically they think it's a DNA thing, so they move me to the goal. So that's how I became a goalkeeper.
Oh, okay. All right. And the national and your national stint was in goal.
Was in goal.
How
My brother national, huh?
How was that?
It's pretty good. Pretty good. From under 15, I played under 15 for St. Vincent. I played under 17, and I played in the Kibble and Wallace tournament, the under 20 tournament.
Okay. So what year you came to Canada?
1975.
75. Ooh. 75 is when the Street Guys League started. Where did you start playing, or did you start playing, or did you do something else before you got into the game here?
No, what happened when I got here, I had a friend. Her brother used to play for Parkdale with Mang and Popo and all them guys. You know, so she took me to watch the game, and then I ended up jamming for them. I think I played for at Dufferin, behind Dufferin Mall with Parkdale in the Street Guys League. I think that was 76.
I wouldn't be in the Street Guys League. That would be an Irie tournament.
Okay, I played for them down there in 76 just because I was fresh. I didn't have a team yet, you know?
Yeah, but it's kind of unfortunate you came up so fresh and you got into the Irie tournament, and that's the time West Indies was pumping. Defense Force from Regiment was
coming. Force came up too. Yeah, but I hold my own, man.
Yeah, well, all right. Somebody had to dust you off at the end of that tournament.
I hold my own. All right. You know?
So, were you aware when the league opened in 75 at Oakwood, or no?
No, I wasn't aware because I was a new blood, setting up with school and all that kind of stuff. I only used to go and just jam, you know?
Okay. So when did you get to Flemington Park?
I think in 76, a gentleman by the name of Rudolph Williams, he saw me around and he kind of asked me to join the team, and he used to help me out and that kind of stuff. Like in those days when you go in college, you know, the finances wasn't there, so he used to take care of my responsibilities and that end, you know. So yeah.
Well, I would hate to think. Well, goalkeeper is always a hard thing to come by, and you know, I would think seeing that. So you stayed with it. There was no time at all that you decided. I know on the park, when we get on the park, we'll give the public the on the park. But because I see how you handle yourself on the park and coming out and later in your career, I just want to make sure as we come up, you won't double dip in terms of in the goal and playing out, right?
Not really, but I could handle my own outside too. You see, I handle my own. I'm one of the first guys used to play out the back before play out the back was vogue. I used to take the ball, put and play through and set up plays, you know that, then run
Yeah,
back to the goal.
yeah. And then we had you scrambling back in the net. I understand. because you're too brave at times, you know. So you reach on Flemo now.
Yeah.
So you play Parkdale and Flemo.
First year, I only played the first year.
Okay. So what was your inaugural season on the Flemington Park, and who did you play for?
You can't forget that, the MVP of the seasons. If you go to your records,
you
go to your records, brother.
You can't forget me, but I can
go to your records. You're the records man.
Yeah,
MVP, playing in goal.
Yeah. I just want the public to hear you, you know. So 76 with
I played 70. I play with the Hawks most of the time, and then I used to play for Spanish League. I used to play for a team called Ponderosa del Peru.
At the same time, both
at the same time. I should spend the Spanish League for them down at when those days you could have, you know how it used to be, you could have played for more than one team. Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this honestly, I could vouch that I would say Ian and Urban Batiste were the two best keepers, you know, in the history of the league, in the Flemington League. Now, granted, people like Busby came later and stuff, but they didn't stay long enough to be seen for me to put them in that kind of category. So, but there was battles with this gentleman here, although he was one of the best and stuff, because, you know, it still had to go in. Hawks had a super year. I remember, I think Hawks won the league one year.
And we refused to play the last 2 games just to show you guys we ain't had to show up. You know? Yeah, you remember that?
Because I even recall that. That's something you would remember, not me. But this was a guy, ladies and gentlemen, who liked to threaten forwards, you know, and you have to kind of ignore him because he had a way when he's under pressure, like Auburn, like the good ones, really, like the good ones they command in the area, especially that small box, you know, and how as a keeper now, was the games you used to really know either you'll be tested or you have to have this special meeting with your defense? And what's the games that you tell yourself that, you know, okay, depending on how it goes, because, you know, there's always competitive teams there.
Yeah. You got to work in team with your tandem with your defense. You know, you got to be able to marshal them. You got to be able to know, tell them, give you the shot. You take the inside, you take the pass away. I could take the shot so I could creep out and hold my angle down. And then when you put it, I go and get it. You know that.
Yeah. but I also know that you don't always get all. So maybe you could tell us what happened when you didn't get all. No, but I have a lot of the action shots. I have a sandwiching. Wait, have one with me. You're sandwiching me way above me. You have one. You're coming down on another.
Before you finish that one, catching the ball with one hand in my left from the cross. Yeah, you remember that? I think it was my left hand. You know.
Yeah, but if you're gonna be that way, I'll tell you about the ones you drop and you have to clean up forwards and all this and complain.
That's true.
So, but I want to know how before you wrap up, how the competition was and stuff. The teams that, you know, you had to be on your game because the battle is kind of even, you know, give and take.
Honestly, you guys had more quality players than most of the teams. Or they had more quality players, but I have to mention a brethren by the name of Reggie Ash. I think he's one of the best players came through that league ever.
That's for Hawks, right?
For Hawks.
Yeah,
Reggie Ash. You know, I mean to say we couldn't put him up front too much because then it's me alone at the back, you know, so we used to have him like all over the place, right? You know that.
Yeah, but the thing is also, what I also know is that when Reggie pick it up, and he's coming out, you don't know if he's going to stop or if he's going to try to go all the way.
All the way.
I would wait to see when he lost it. So ask
well, it's me and you. When he loses, it's me and you.
That's when I like it. I like it because I know it's just me and you, no defender, you know.
Yeah. But you know, from vantage point now as an individual who did community development. That's an excellent thing for our community because you should bring out people from all the different countries and create like one tribe. You understand? Caribbean people. You understand? That was missing after the game was moved from the park. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. I think that was everybody used to look forward to coming out there Sunday evening, and then when we had so many teams in the future, we went it and we used to have Saturday games.
Yes.
I think it's 1991. I got into coaching in 1990. I did my C license. And I started coaching my son. I think he's an OSC instructor right now. I started coaching him. And I brought his team. I think they were under 12.
Yeah.
Open up in Flamand.
What's his name?
Unika Hypolite. UNIKA HYPOLITE.
And what he is in the USA?
I think he's a instructor. He goes to the clubs and he teaches the coaches how to coach and that kind of stuff.
Okay, all right.
And he grew up in a stroller at Flamand, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he gained that from his mom.
Yeah, you know?
No, the real but
so we made contribution. That league made contributions.
Yeah, a lot. And as they were telling me in the preamp too, there's a lot of people, children, that doing well in the sport.
Yeah.
I have to highlight them and stuff, and I'll link up with them. I'll link up with them for sure. And
actually, I think he told me that you just joined their group a couple of days back, right?
Yeah.
And
you CIA on me or what? What's that?
No, my son love me, brother. You know, means you keep that updated, you know?
Yeah. Okay. but I also know you've been back and forth in this football/soccer world, in that I remember once, I think you, if not I saw you, but we were communicating,
I met you in Jamaica the under 20 tournament or something like that. Yeah. You were doing media work and I was with the with FIFA.
Yeah. What about that? What function you were doing with FIFA? Let the public know you're much traveled, man, within the sport.
I used to develop sustainable business systems for football administrations. You know, we teach them how to partner within different businesses, because as Caribbean people, we always go around saying we want sponsorship. But FIFA was changing it to partnership. So therefore now, if you giving me money, I could have I could walk out with the mascots and I could have your T-shirt name on one game. So we have to give back the people who sponsor us. Just we not only taking the money, but we giving them back media coverage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we set up back in the Caribbean, we never used to have football books. You remember the little book we started out card?
Yeah.
So I brought that into the country leagues, and I took then they had an OSA book that we used to have.
Tap you for copyright then?
No. You're contributing to your own, right? But you know what? I used to catch ball and trade to forwards, and then they would put it, I go and get it. You know that. That was good.
So how come you never used to do that with me?
But you see, I had to put Reggie on you.
Reggie was really a good defender.
Yeah.
I would have liked him on my side too, honestly. Quality. But you also had a guy, I think it's Oswald Fraser or something. He just passed through.
Oswald Francis, midfield player. Yeah.
I think he was the MVP at one time or something like
that. Yeah, it's pretty good too. Yeah, pretty good.
He didn't stay in this.
No, he used to live at Sherborne, I think is going on to the hereafter.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you're still engaged in the TD or whatever. You still help St. Vincent in
I send.
As I say, so especially with this volcano thing, how was that? Sorry to hear that, and hope everything will work out for you.
Well, we're doing good. I'm in a Zoom meeting every Wednesday. From 8:30 to probably 11 with a youth man by the name of Tian Gordon. When I was general secretary, he used to be a national player, but he broke his leg. So I make him the manager of the national team because he spoke Spanish too, because he studied in Venezuela. Right? So now he is our representatives from St. Vincent, the CONCACAF grassroots coordinator. So we have sessions every Wednesday and we talk about football. Like last Wednesday was, we had a real good session, So it's all, and we have like Sammy Carrington, he coached in Brooklyn, So we keep us together. But right now what we're trying to do is because of the volcano, a lot of the kids, they're out of school and they're living in these shelters. So we're trying to do now is to do grassroots competition from shelter against shelter. So that's the last thing we decided we're going to start to do from last week. So I'm here collecting stuff to send, not to St. Vincent Football Federation, but to these specific shelters. So we picked 3 shelters and we're going to start that as our embryo stuff. And we're going to send the contributions to those shelters because another gentleman by the name of Chester Morgan, he's the technical director for team athletics in St. Vincent. So he runs another shelter. So we're going to incorporate those people so we could give the kids something to do during this sad state.
Yeah, and mentally that's very good because they can concentrate on the sport and because it might be a way out for them too. I mean,
That's what, and we even, when we had the drill down session last week, we've been talking, we could probably institute at this time specific sets that we want, For example, not long ball, we could knock it around, we could teach them the concept of 3-on-3, 2v1 and what you do when you get to those situations in the game. So, small-sided games so they could have a better picture, knowing the game from within, because I think that is make you an excellent player.
So how is the national program, how is the senior programs?
It's kind of fell down a little bit, but time,
you're in the right department because if you're dealing with the youth, you can't worry about the senior because you are.
That's what I'm saying. So with Tian Gordon and Chester Morgan, I'm from foreign. I'm supporting them so they could build, and do what they're trying to achieve.
Yeah, and that's good. That's good. Were you aware at all of the Malvern League?
Yeah.
You played up there, or you ever?
I played Malvern League. I used to play for Carrican as when they have big game.
Oh my God, taking goals a game, boy.
Not a big game. When they have big game, I think they win the league one year. I came up as my brother played, my younger brother Bernard.
Yeah.
He played for Carrican, so when they had top games, I used to get a little.
Bernard, that Bono, right?
Yeah, Bono, yeah.
Yeah. How's Bono doing? I used to see him every so often, How's Bono doing?
Yeah, he's good. He was pretty good in the air. One of the best come out of that league in the air.
Play, but his brother in the back there used to cause a whole havoc. The brother never his brother never helped his cause, But
he was a pretty good player.
You really want to in that goal.
Even that, what I can't remember his name, but Alfred Gay had a nephew who came. He used to play, in our latter days.
Yeah.
We used to rely on Bono, Alfred nephew, and a kid named Julian. I think he ended up playing for West Indies after.
Oh, Julian King.
Julian King.
Yeah. Well, he's gonna be watching you now. Oh man, you shouldn't have said that. This guy is gonna.
No. He and Bernard, them was the good little players that came through the Hawks and Yulu. You know what I mean?
Oh, Jules, you hear that? I know you're going with that. You're posting that on your Facebook page. Here you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ian, I mean, it's nice, we always seem to link up somehow with most of the guys in the league. You and I, we always link up and we always have fun, and there's people here to understand. I mean, we were fierce competitor. Ian wasn't easy, referees had to talk.
I think it's only 2 goals you scored, man. In 7 years, 2 goals. That's not a good record, brother.
1-0 and 2 finals. That's good enough. That's good enough for me.
Yeah.
So Ian, I mean, it's good. I mean, I know I have to do Franny and hopefully thing, but glad that you stepped up and represent Hawks. Hawks is the that's the only team you played for in the league, right?
I played for United. Yeah. What happened after Williams died, right? After Williams died, we linked with Wayne and Rocky and those guys. So they wanted to call it right. But the trajectory they were on wasn't that wasn't the way how we saw football.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that's how we started ULO. So we
Yeah,
left them with
because what I was saying, you were really the person instrumental in the ULO, right?
yeah.
Okay, and how was that for you? Because didn't you guys go in the T&D?
They went here and the after.
You went with them when they in the
Nah, I took them days I coaching and then I went and worked in the States as a IT consultant. So that's I broke off and went to the States.
So you set up the guy, do this, ULO, and leave them to the wolves. Nobody.
Hey,
Who was saving them?
huh?
Who was saving them?
I don't even know. I don't know. I duty call, man. You know, you have family to raise and you get opportunity. I worked at Mayo Clinic, man. That's a tough job in North America.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So career-wise, that's you've been traveling.
Yeah, IT consultant, yeah.
So then you actually finish your education here, or you furthered somewhere else? You finished it here, right?
I finished here. I did college and university here. Then after I retired in 2000, I went back and did masters in environmental studies and community development.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So now, don't forget your friends and them. You know when you.
No, I work with youths. I work with youths. That's why I say working with Tian Gordon and Chester.
The jet you have, the twin engine jet you have. Don't forget the. Because you tell me one time you were now with St. Vincent and you know going through your growing pains like we all do, you know, and so ULO, so you can't really add much for the ULO.
Actually, ULO was the word ULO is the First Nation name for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It's called ULO and Bagos.
Oh, there you go. I didn't even.
Right?
Yeah.
So now, when we were playing ball all the time, we either playing for Jamaican team or we playing for a Trinity team.
Mm-hmm.
So after the Hawks kind of started to fizzle out, we started a Vincent team. So that's how we get named ULO. And again, we got some young blood who came up and they are more nationalistic. You understand? So they come to play for ULO. That's how ULO came into being.
Yeah. Well, you missed two, as I told you, two nice players, I think it's twin brothers there that
Lewis.
Yes, they dominate the circuit. They dominate in the circuit. I only seen them in winner circle in all the different leagues, you know. They play for me too, you know. So you guys, I mean, once you put it together, you have nothing about small island and thing. Once you get the players now, you know.
Well, you know what go is.
Yeah.
As a small islander represented in the Hawks, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ash is a small islander we represented in Hawks, right?
Yeah, I like Ash Gabe. You know, I can leave you aside, you know. I'll pour money in, but no, Ian, you're good, man. You know too much about it.
I want you to, I will put in on the record.
You're really one of the first that really
call it proper, playing out the back, brother.
Yeah.
Playing out the back.
Yeah.
Second ball.
That's mostly, and you see, you can't take all the thing also, because that's when you have defenders like Ash also. And you can just feel Ash and you know it's safe. That is not really coming back.
No, but you see, practice make perfect. Like, if we're going to practice, we know when I get the ball, your responsibility. You get out to the line and you make the forwards come up, so you open up the middle and all that. You know, you got to practice it, brother.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how they got you to instill that, but yeah, you know, because you know, we how come were you ever on one of the league all-star teams?
Yeah, we went and play.
Yes. I have it.
We went and play against some Portuguese thing in the finals.
Yes.
At Lamport.
Italian.
Okay, yeah.
Semi-final. But I have you. Yes, I'm gonna post you. I have you in the.
You never used to want to pick me. All I was the best. You didn't want to pick me, but it's okay. I hold it against you. It's love still.
No, you were the keeper. You were the keeper. In the first one, I have the sheet. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna post it. But yeah, you look good and you know, you still have your good spirits and stuff. I don't know. Maybe I just get you sprightly and jumpy, you know.
Yeah, Rastafari, man. You know, Rastafari all the way.
Yeah.
Right?
I know I just get you jumpy because, you know, I know he had nightmares over a period of time, you know. Yeah. So yeah, it was nice, you know, talking to you and getting me the information, man. And you take care of yourself. And
My powers, brother.
when we finish this, we're gonna still link because we'll link to see what we could do based on your program with the youths and them, right?
Yeah, keep the fire burning.
Yeah, and tell your son expect my call.
All right,
All
I'll do
right, so
that.
take care, bro.
One love.
All right.
Yeah.